For the month. Jimmy Bogo, KTN News.
Thank you, Jimmy. Interior Cabinet Secretary Kindiki says officials who served in various government departments in Kilifi when controversial Pastor Paul Mackenzie orchestrated killings will be brought to justice without exception. The CS says the Shakahola massacre could have been avoided if security agencies, the judiciary, the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions and the Registrar of Societies handled things differently. Kindiki was speaking when he appeared before the Senate Ad Hoc Committee investigating the Shakahola deaths. He said this on a day that 10 more bodies were exhumed. Here's Rita Tinina with the report.
Since Kenya's independence, this is the worst security breach in the history of our country.
A massacre that has claimed the lives of 360 people. Interior CS Kindiki says the beginning of suspicious activity in Shakahola Forest was reported by directors of Chakama Ranch 3 years ago, but no action was taken.
There was a report at Langobaya police station in 2020. It has never been acted until today. And this report was particularly about the activities in Shakahola Forest, meaning if the kind of efforts which had been done previously could have been done on this particular report, maybe the Shakahola massacre could have been prevented or at least mitigated. There are many things that the police should have done differently. There are many things that the NIS should have done differently. There are many things that the ODPP should have done differently, and there are many things that the judiciary should have done differently.
Appearing before the Senate Ad Hoc Committee investigating the proliferation of religious organizations and the Shakahola deaths, Kindiki said government officials who failed in their duty will face action.
Every officer of whatever agency who has a role in this through action or inaction, conduct or misconduct, will be brought to justice without exception. And we are not going to look for junior people to hold accountable. We will hold everyone accountable, whether they will be serving in office at that time or they will have left office. We as government has nothing to hide. We as government will not protect any person. If anybody ought to have done something, they didn't do it, we'll expose them, we will disown them, we'll make them accountable.
The exhumation exercise in Shakahola Forest continues. On Tuesday, 10 more bodies were exhumed, bringing the death toll to 360. The number of those who have been rescued from the forest remains at 95. 40 more graves have been identified.
Some of the graves we have discovered, this crook had grown some crops on top of the graves. So you find some kunde, some vegetables growing on a mass grave, just to cover up. Others, there are structures that looks like a house, inside is a grave. Others in very unlikely places.
Pastor Paul Mackenzie of Good News International Church remains in custody over the Shakahola massacre. He is alleged to have indoctrinated his followers into fasting to death with the promise of meeting Jesus. He is among 37 people who have been arrested. Rita Tinina, KTN News.
The push and pull witnessed in the former ruling party